Alright, I'm here to talk a little wrestling. I do NBA and WWE. Most of the time, I'm just bashing the WWE. But in this one, I'm just going to talk about a match that I think I would have been very, very interested in paying to see. Um, as you know, the history as a child, The Rock was my favorite WWE superstar in history. Him and Stone Cold Steve Austin was was the man to me, and along with Undertaker and Kane. I ain't care too much for Triple H. Um, but doing Ruthless Aggression, it was Batista. Now, fast forward to this right here. After Rock left, some people proclaimed that John Cena took over the business, but I strongly disagree. If you go back to 2005, when Batista first won the World Heavyweight Championship, Batista was the WWE. Nobody could stop him. He was a machine. He was getting victories over Triple H, JBL. Nobody could take that World Heavyweight Championship. And some people say Batista wasn't the guy. I strongly disagree with you because Batista was the guy. It took an injury to get that World Heavyweight title off of Batista. And some people say that Batista wasn't the guy. Come on. This company was, the Ruthless Aggression era was built around Dave Batista. And it's real talk. You know what I'm saying? It was built, the SmackDown was built on the back of Batista. Raw was built on the back of Batista. Could nobody stop him? And you had John Cena over on Raw getting fluky wins over legends that he shouldn't have been getting wins over. It took an injury, him turn his, I forgot what it was. He told something, but the storyline went with Mark Henry throwing Batista against the steel cage. If it wasn't for that injury, Batista would have held that World Heavyweight title forever. And some people say Batista wasn't the guy. Who was in every main event? Who was at every pay-per-view? If Batista wasn't the guy, why everybody cheered for Batista every time he came out? I was strictly a Batista guy back in the Ruthless Aggression era. You know, and some people just say he wasn't the guy. John Cena was. Come on, man. People didn't really even want to pay attention to John Cena. Most of the time, people was over there watching SmackDown and see Batista instead of John Cena. I'm talking about Ruthless Aggression. I'm talking about when these two first won the championships at WrestleMania 21. You know, and Batista held that World Heavyweight title so many times. And he was a WWE champion. I think I recall, if you ever become WWE champion, world champion, you is the guy. Batista was the guy. So whoever was saying that on some videos I watched, forget y'all. But back to the topic at hand. You know what I would have loved to see? I would have loved to see Dwayne and Dave Batista go at it. You know, you give me this match of Ruthless Aggression. Don't give me this match in fucking PG. No. Um, Give me this match in Ruthless Aggression. Around the time Batista was winning World Heavyweight Championships. I think this match deserved to be on WrestleMania. For sure. Dave and Rock really never crossed paths until WrestleMania 20. That's when they crossed paths. But it wasn't really a rivalry there. During the Ruthless Aggression era, we saw Batista fight JBL, Triple H. He was in it with Randy Orton. Kind of got into it with John Cena. But I think this match right here, if you put WrestleMania 29 at Ruthless Aggression, don't give me WrestleMania 29 that we just had. Put that in the Ruthless Aggression era. Take out all the damn BS. get these to a major storyline, damn, you would have had some money, and you would have had a lot of fans. Could you just imagine The Rock coming back, to talk to his millions and millions of fans, and Batista to come out and confront The Rock, and you see them two stare in each other's eyes, and Batista proclaims he wants a match against Dwayne because you are the only superstar that I never went through. And you know how The Rock look, and The Rock just say, just bring it. You know, this would have been the perfect scenario. This match would have been better than John Cena and The Rock twice. You give me this match at 28. You give me match 1 at 28, at WrestleMania 28. Take out John Cena. I want this match at WrestleMania 28. Maybe The Rock wins. And then you give me the rematch at WrestleMania 29. Eliminate John Cena's punk ass from the equation. And give me PG rules. I want this match. Now, I don't want PG rules. That's my mistake. I want this match in Ruthless Aggression. I'm talking too fast. I want Ruthless Aggression rules. I want TV 14. I want this match to be the main event of the card at WrestleMania. I think the build-up would have been incredible. You know, just think of Dwayne and Dave Batista. You know, Dwayne The Rock Johnson and Dave Batista. The Rock bringing his best. Batista bringing his best. Batista was the man. You know, especially around the time when Triple H got hurt at Vengeance 2005. Batista was drafted over to SmackDown. But I still think the company was built on the back of Batista. You know, it just took a few years before Batista really started aging. You know, he came into his career late, but Batista was the guy, man. Look at that pop he got when he came back and faced Mark Henry at when he came back off that injury and he wanted revenge at on July 3rd. Was it July 3rd, 2006? He came back and beat Mark Henry with that chair. Batista was the guy, you know. I firmly believe that Vince McMahon and them thought he wasn't the guy. That's why they placed him over on SmackDown. I believe he should have stayed on Monday Night Raw that year and left John Cena punk ass on SmackDown. I was in St. Louis the night John Cena got drafted to Raw. And I said, this is going to be Raw's downfall in the future. You know, I believe Batista should have stayed on Raw. That's just me. But I just think that if you had a match between Dwayne and Rock Johnson and Dave Batista in the Ruthless Aggression era, that match would have sold. You know, I think you would have got the best out of that WrestleMania. You know, these two on the grandest stage of them all. The Brahma Bull, the people's champion, the most electrifying man in all of sports entertainment versus the animal, Dave Batista. You know, especially when Batista had the World Heavyweight title. Imagine the World Heavyweight title being on the line. You know how Batista felt about his World Heavyweight Championship? He used to be like, I will reclaim my World Heavyweight title. And Batista owned the World Heavyweight Championship. Batista thought that the World Heavyweight Championship was his. And could nobody take that World Heavyweight title? If Batista was injured, if Batista came back, his first priority was to get the World Heavyweight Championship. That's when the world title meant something. And The Rock, he bled the WWF Championship. You know, Batista said something that really caught home one day. He said, he ain't here to win, to kiss fat girls. He ain't here to hug babies. He here to win titles and make money. That's what the WWE Championship is all about. Being the top guy in the company. You know, being the man. If you put Rock and you put Dave Batista on that card, I think you would have blew John Cena versus The Rock right out of the of that damn building. You know what I'm saying? I didn't like WrestleMania 29. I thought it sucked. I thought John Cena sucked. And I think Dave Batista would have gave The Rock a better match and a better ending to the story. Just put it under ruthless aggression rules or attitude era rules. You would have had to see this match in the attitude era or the ruthless aggression era. You know, not the PG era because they wouldn't have done it right. You know, can you imagine The Rock taking off his shades and Batista taking off his shades and security coming down to hold him back until WrestleMania start? I think you would have got a lot of pay-per-view buys from this. And just sad the way the WWE don't make big matches no more. They give you like Fandangos and Chris Jericho's. Fuck today's WWE current product. It sucks. And if you smell what The Rock is cooking,